Okay, so you have a Cherokee and either your windows and your passengers stop working or sometimes the locks don't work. Essentially what's happening here is there's a break in the circuit and it's all based on these control panels here. So we're going to show you how to take the control panel out, apply a simple solder, and then get your windows and power locks working right. So there's 5 screws on the door panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You take all those screws out, get yourself a tool like this that can pull these plastic rivets out. Get this on Amazon or Harbor Freight. And then you're able to pull this all off. You're going to have to take off your lock bar here. It's a control bar there. And then your lever for your door opener, you'll take that off. Once you get that off, you'll be able to remove the door panel from the door, and you'll have to disconnect this and this from your window power control. And then once you do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this screw out and these 2 screws out. Okay, so I got the control panel out. You're going to have 6 screws to take out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take out your power lock and your power window switch, and you're going to use this tool here to pull those off. Once you're able to take those off, this back plate will come out and your circuit will be exposed, and we'll show the next step there. So the first one's off, and all you're going to do is you're going to kind of rock it on each end. Be very careful to make sure that you don't break the casing or the switch itself. If you do break it, you can buy them relatively cheap online or go to the boneyard and pick up some new ones. Okay, so next you've just got some clips on the side here. I use my fingers. You can use a screwdriver, but when you do that, you just want to make sure you don't break the plastic. And then that's going to give you your circuit. We're going to look at all these, and you can see right there there's a little black dot on the second from the left. That's a crack in the solder. Chrysler is notorious for cracked solders on a lot of their electrical. You're going to have a lot of electrical issues. While we're in here, we're just going to hit everyone with a little bit of solder. And that should go ahead and complete the circuit, and you won't get shorts. That's essentially what's happening is when you're driving down the road, you hit a bump, the windows work, the power locks work. You hit the next bump, they don't work at all. And that's just a break in the circuit because the whole system is not contained in a fixed solder. So we're going to fix that. So what I have here is a solder gun with its own little solder. I think it was like 10 bucks, Amazon. I'll go ahead and put the link in there. Made in China, but you know what? It's going to do the job perfect for us. And it's just good to have for any other soldering things. I've had them. I misplaced it, so I just went and bought a new one. Alright, so I let my gun heat up a little bit. I have shaky hands, but doesn't really matter. As long as we get, we're going to heat the solder up here. Definitely couldn't be a surgeon, but you know what? I can solder an old Jeep up. Alright, we're just going to hit every single one. Now when you do this, you don't have to put a whole bunch of solder in there, maybe just a little bit. There's quite a bit solder in there from the factory. It's just broken over time, and all we're doing is heating it up. I'm going to put it just on the node here. It's going to warm everything up, and you'll kind of see it start to make a liquid pool. And you can just add a little bit, but you don't need to add that much. Just going to get this to liquefy here. These things have temperature controls, so you can heat it up, but I think the low setting just does fine for these tiny little solders. Just going to heat it up. Get the last one here. Yeah, so like this one doesn't have a lot of solder, so I'm going to have to add some here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now usually it's the passenger side and driver's side control panels that are having this issue. If that doesn't fix it, you'll have to get into the rear passenger side control panels and solder those. They have a lot less solder points, and this typically fixes it. I'm going to go ahead and also do the driver's side while I got it apart and just make sure that they're both soldered up, and that's going to fix your problem 99% of the time. And it's going to save you having to buy a $60, $70 new control panel for each side. So just going to put it back together the way we took it apart. I'm going to give this a few minutes just to cool down, and that should fix our problem. Thanks for watching.